Good evening and Chatelet, everyone. This is going to be a review of another Beats by Dr. Dre. Well, it's actually Beats by Apple today. And it's the, once again, it's the 10-year anniversary edition, also known as the, whatever it is, 10-year collection, or, let's see, we did one of these on the, on-ear headphone. You might remember that. That's this one right here. Okay, that's the on-ear, and then they also have additions on all the other ones too. Yeah, these things all come in red and black apparently. This is a inner ear earphone. Let's break this out here. The earpieces seem to be stuck together here because there's a magnet on the back of each, and I guess you can stick them up somewhere if you want to, since they're it's a pretty strong magnet right there. And there's the default ear tips that came installed on here, non-detachable cable, standard IEM type design. And see what we have down here, going down towards the about 7 inches down here. We've got a single button cable box, and on the back of the box looks a little tiny hole for a microphone. Didn't test it. And going down here to the Y, and a little further down, it's about a 4-foot long cable. It's flat. This is one of these, you can see that here, it's a flat cable. And the connector I chose was Lightning, and you could also get the 3.5 millimeter mini plug. And I realized after I bought it that the lightning plug, I can't use an external DAC with it, with a phone or an iPod, because the DAC requires that you have a 3.5 or a adaptable 1/4 inch. But anyway, dead end. So the DAC is actually inside of here somewhere, because we're going to an Apple port, a Lightning port that has only digital, no analog. So requires a DAC go into this thing somewhere to turn that digital into analog. So anyway, that's the earphone. And again, to look at the standard IEM. If you looked inside here, if you can see that far in there, you'd see the regular screens on top of the drivers there. It's probably a very minimal single driver in here. Let's get inside the box here. And nice small handheld type of box. And let's get this open, or if I'm going to have to pry it open. There. Looks like I'm going to have to pry this open, because it's not going to cooperate. Wow. Okay, let's see. We have to pry the box open, even though it's been opened 6 different times already, because it just doesn't want to cooperate. So we get the little pry tool here, and it comes with a piece of tape sticking this thing down, but then you gotta rip all this stuff apart. So there's the lid, and inside we see the goodies, and yeah, we don't want that to happen. And we're in a cramped space here, don't ask why. Okay, get the plastic lid off of here, and then let's get this thing out here. And we've got 2 things here. You can almost see those. Those are little wingtips on the right there. And what those do, those go into the inner part of your outer ear, and they stabilize the earbuds, so the earbuds don't just fall out of your ear when you move around. And it's called wingtips. And then over here we have the regular replacement tips for the actual ear tips for the earbuds. And I don't know if you can see that real clearly here. One's a kind of a large size, one's a kind of a small size, and the other one, a little difficult to see here, but it's made of with a flange kind of design, kind of like those Etymotic ear tips from way back when, like some of those swimmers ear plugs and so on. And then inside we have literature and your Beats sticker and all the other goodies here. So anyway, I use just the standard ear tips, and that's about all there is in this box. Doesn't say much on it. Specs on these things I don't think mean a whole lot. real question here is what kind of quality are you going to get for your $99? And one thing I can go to real quickly here is to look at the equalization curve that I did, which looks like this. Now that shows that I reduced the bass around 75 Hertz by about 6 decibels, and I reduced the treble around 5 kilohertz. Yeah, like that 4 kilohertz, centered on 4 kilohertz, and I'm down 11 decibels. So I'm hearing it as extremely bright and also bassy. The problem with the brightness is just the ear tip fit, and I don't really get a good fit with any of these. Imagine if you had just the right fit with one of these ear tips, or got a better ear tip from somebody else like Comply, or got a one of those casted things like they call customs, then you might get a really terrific sound out of this thing. But I think the better seal you get and the better ear tip fit you get, you're going to get a pretty massive bass of this thing. A lot of people think IEMs are kind of thin sounding. Not this guy. But the important thing that I wanted to say about this earphone, and why I so wanted to review it, is because you saw the curves that I did, and there's no squiggly lines in there because the sound was so smooth. In other words, once I did those simple EQs with just 2 sliders, the sound was amazing. And I can hear the test tone changes with 100 other headphones to know what's neutral and what's not. And this thing was just smooth as could be. So it's seems to be free of resonance and all that other kind of stuff, and it does give up a pretty good sound. It's not as good as some of the best headphones for tonality. It's just a little bit off on a couple things, but for 99% of the stuff anybody's going to listen to, the sound is really great. And you're not going to get better sound for $200, $300, maybe even $400. Certainly in the Beats line, it's be as good as they make. But of course it's wired, not wireless. And so that's pretty much it. Now the carry case, if I didn't show that real clearly, it says 10 years on here, and then on the back has the little B for Beats, and it's one of these little rubber silicone things like people used to put their coins in, and so on. So I don't know if they have any other explanation on here. Oh, it says lightning connector on that one. Here's another word that I used in here for, I think it was called Decade Edition. Decade, of course, is 10 years, and it says 10 years on the product. Of course, of the actual earphone itself, there's just nothing on there to say what this is except for the B on the back, and very faintly on the inside of the cable, if we can see it, I can focus that way, there's an R and an L just barely printed on there. It indicates left and right. So anyway, there we are, and again, sounds great. For 99 bucks, I'd say highly recommended. And there you go. And this is called the UrBuds. UrBeats, actually. UrBeats. UrBeats. And on here it just says Beats by Dr. Dre. I don't know if it says UrBeats on here anywhere, but anyway, that's what they are. Oh, here we go, right on the back. UrBeats3. So this is version 3, and this one's not wireless. Maybe they have a wireless. Well, I think they do have a wireless, but it's $200. This is only $100, so there you go. Pretty highly recommended. Thank you.